Well, that was cheery. Okay, so I was on Shutter, and the guys queued me up to a movie I'd never seen or heard of before, so I had no idea what I was getting into, and I would have appreciated a little warning, to be honest. So, I took a look at the 2020 film The Dark and the Wicked. Now, this movie I knew nothing going about other than the little tagline indicating that it was from the writer and director of The Strangers, Brian Bertino. Now, I really enjoyed The Strangers. We're getting to the point where I've reviewed so many movies, I can't remember what I've reviewed and what I haven't. I believe it was on my short list to review back in January. I can't recall if I actually reviewed it or not off the top of my head at this exact moment. I think I might have. Anyway, and it was also the same writer director of the movie The Monster, which was back in 2016, which I also really enjoyed. Not as much as I expected to, but it was still good. I didn't realize they were by the same person until I started down to record this and looked up a few more details. Now, this is Brian Bertino's newest film, and it is a stone cold bummer. Well, now what is this movie about? I can't say exactly what it's about. It's not that the movie doesn't make sense, but it's very vague about a lot of what's going on. And that's to the movie's credit, actually. Now, this is in the same misery vibe that certain movies like The Lodge or Hereditary fall under. It's that kind of movie. So if you're not in the mood for a slow burn anguish flick like Hereditary, you're not going to enjoy The Dark and the Wicked. So, this one is. Hi there. Anyway, this movie is about a woman and her brother who return to their farmhouse to help out with their ailing father. Now, he's been comatose in bed for some time, and their mother has been doing all she can to care for him. However, she tried to tell them not to come. They are handling things. It's fine. Don't come out here. Well, they come out there and realize pretty quick that something's wrong. Mother is depressed. She's distant. She does keeps encouraging them just to go and is downright hostile. Well, that's largely because as they discover later from looking at her diary after some incidents, she believes that a dark force has set itself upon the farmhouse and is trying to get her comatose husband. Something that's trying to get inside him and take his soul. And I guess it's not. It's kind of a spoiler, so I want to skip ahead a little here or just cut here. I just leave it say that I didn't. It's hard to say I enjoyed this movie, but it will stick with me. It was effective, very moody and emotional. I'm gonna give it 4 MacGuffins. I'll just let that out now. Yeah. So when their mother kills herself, yeah, right there, very close to the beginning. So I don't know if it's exactly a spoiler, but I didn't see it coming at first. Then they start to realize that they're stuck out here caring for their father now because the nurse that they have is like a part-time thing, and they can't exactly move him to a hospital because he probably wouldn't survive the trip. So they're stuck here, and this whole atmosphere of oppression just descends on them. They're not happy. They can't leave, and they start seeing strange and disturbing things. Now, one thing I do say that this movie's credit is you're not sure exactly what's real and what's an illusion or a hallucination. And most of the deaths in this movie are self-inflicted, which makes you hard to tell whether something was actually there or not. But it usually becomes clear that something is manipulating them into it, particularly one of the more brutal or heart-wrenching deaths towards the end section of the movie. I don't want to go into too much detail on this one because its effectiveness comes from not knowing what's going on, and I don't want to go into what's going on. So, special effects in this one are pretty good. The acting is solid and not happy. The characters just look tired. They look miserable. All of them look haggard. There's very few pretty people in this movie. They deliberately are rough looking. This is essentially watching a family fall apart for an hour and 40 minutes. As bit by bit, their trust, sanity, and lives are just taken. It's rough. It's not a overly gory film, though it doesn't shy away when it has to be. But there's definitely some horrific things that happen in this movie. I did enjoy it. If you could say it like that, I appreciate how much it affected me, I should say. If this movie will stick with me. The Dark and the Wicked, I'm glad I saw it. I'm pretty sure it's a Shudder original. I think this movie was supposed to debut at a film festival back in 2020, but, well, 2020 happened. So I think this was just fell into obscurity on the streaming, which is kind of a shame because I think this movie could use a little more attention. I will definitely give a shout out on this one. The Dark and the Wicked, it's not for everyone. It is a very slowly paced movie, and it is an aura of misery that permeates it. But there definitely is where the strength lies. So, 4 MacGuffins for The Dark and the Wicked. And continue this cycle tomorrow with the next Netflix one. So, day 15 through. We're about halfway through the month, and we're sticking with it, making good progress. So, see you guys tomorrow.